So, hey guys, I am using a VR trap today, and I'm not playing Roblox. I'm taking a break because I'm feeling to use VR chat, and I am using PC. So, anyways, let's get to the point. The topic for today. Let me just sit down first. Here we go. Um okay. Today I wanna talk about something that almost everyone struggle with. And it's about discipline. Not motivation, not talent, not luck. Just discipline. Because, honestly, motivation comes and goes. Some days you wake up feeling inspired and ready to conquer the world, and other days you don't even to get out of bed, and that's pretty normal. The problem is a lot of people think success people are always motivated, but the truth is they're not. They just learn how to keep going even they don't feel like it. Um so sorry. In this episode, I just want to share how you can stay disciplined even during the hard days, the lazy days, the emotional days, and days where your mind keeps telling you, I'll do it tomorrow. And trust me, I still struggle with this too. But these are things that genuinely help me keep moving forward little by little. So let's talk about it. The first step is stop waiting to feel ready. One of the biggest mistakes people make it waiting for motivation before they start. They say, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start when I feel better. I'll start when I'm motivated. But discipline starts when you do things without waiting for the perfect feeling. Okay. Okay. Um because if you only work when you feel motivated, you'll stay inconsistent forever. Some days your brain will like convince you to rest even when you've rested enough. Some days fear will disguise itself as laziness. Some days you'll doubt yourself before you even begin. Um, but action creates momentum. A lot of times, the hardest part is just starting. Once you begin, your brain slowly adjusts and say, okay, maybe this isn't too bad at all. Um, so instead of focusing on finishing everything, focus on starting small. Open the laptop, write one sentence, edit one clip, study for 5 minutes, go for a short walk. You know, small action still counts. Mm-mm. It matters. um, okay, second part is discipline is about consistency, not perfection. Nuh-uh. And a lot of people quit because they think one bad day ruins everything. Um, you missed one workout, you skipped one upload, you had one unproductive day. That doesn't mean you failed. Real discipline is getting back on track without hating yourself for slipping up, because perfection is too impossible. And honestly, people who stay consistent for years are usually not the most talented people. They are the people who kept showing up even after the bad days, even after embarrassment, even after failure, even after low views, low engagement, or feeling unnoticed. Consistency looks boring sometimes, to be honest. But boring consistency change lives. Take note. Okay, the third one is make things easier for yourself. Sometimes we think discipline is removing unnecessary friction. I mean, if you want to study more, prepare your materials ahead of time. And if you want to make content, organize your ideas before filming. Mm-mm. It's a must. If you want to wake up early, sleep early. Instead of scrolling for hours, the doom scrolling. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Set yourself up to succeed. Because, relying on willpower is exhausting as heck. Your environment affects your habits more than you think. Um, like, for example, if your phone is always beside you, you're probably keep checking and checking and checking, and it never stops. If your workspace is messy, your brain might feel overwhelmed. And if you surround yourself with negativity, staying motivated becomes harder. Little change matter, okay? Take note of that. It matters. Okay. Number 4, remember why you started. When discipline gets hard, reconnect with your reason. Why are you doing this? Maybe you want a better future. Maybe financial freedom. Maybe to help your family. Maybe to prove to yourself that you can become more than current situation. Your reason matters too, because discipline without a purpose feels empty. And sometimes during difficult moments, um, is the only thing. Your reason is the only thing pushing you forward. Especially when results are low, a lot of dreams die because people quit too early. Not not because they weren't talented, or maybe they weren't capable, but because they got tired of waiting for visible progress. Growth is a quiet. Growth is quiet at first. You won't feel that, and that's the part most people don't talk about. And number 5, learn to work even in bad moods. This one is very important. You know, like you're not always going to feel emotionally okay. You're you're a human. That is valid a feeling. Some days you'll feel insecure, feel tired, exhausted. But discipline means learning how to continue gently instead of completely giving up on yourself. Notice I said gently, not aggressively, not by forcing yourself to burn out. Rest is important too. But there's a difference between a healthy rest and avoiding your responsibilities because you're scared, overwhelmed, or even discouraged. You can still move forward slowly, even 1% progress matters. And honestly, sometimes surviving difficult days while, I mean, trying your best is already part of discipline. 6. Oh, this one. This is important. Like, very, very important rule. Stop comparing your journey. Comparisons destroys a lot. It destroys discipline faster than failure does. Because when you constantly compare yourself to others, you start feeling behind. You see someone's growing faster, someone's getting more views, someone becoming successful quicker, and suddenly your own progress feels meaningless. But you don't see their full story. You don't see their struggles. You don't see their failures, sacrifices, and you have to like focus on your lane because everybody has their own story. I mean, journey. So your journey is different. Some people bloom early, some people bloom later. That doesn't make your growth less valuable. The important thing is keep going. Build habits. That's it. Then number 7, build habits, not temporary motivation. Motivation is emotional, habits are automatic. That's why building routines is powerful. When something becomes part of your routine, you stop debating with yourself every single day. For example, instead of saying, I'll create a content when I feel inspired, you change it into I post every Friday. You have to set a deadline for yourself. Instead of the second one is instead of I'll study when I'm motivated, change it into I study for an hour every evening. Habit reduced overthinking. And discipline becomes easier when your action becomes normal instead of negotiable. Okay. And the last part is forgive yourself and continue. A lot of people stay stuck because they spend too much time hating themselves or for falling behind. Listen carefully. You can restart anytime you want. It's okay if you've been inconsistent in a few weeks. It's normal and it's valid. It's okay if you disappeared for a while. It's also okay if life become overwhelming. And you know what matters? What matters is you continue. You're not defined by one lazy week, one mistake, or even one failure, or even a bad season in your life. Progress is not always linear. Sometimes healing, resting, learning, and rebuilding are also part of growth. Be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself, but also keep going. And I want to end this by saying, at the end of the day, discipline is not about becoming a perfect robot with zero emotion. It would always about learning how to keep showing up for your dreams even when it's difficult, even when nobody noticed yet, even when results are very slow, even when self-doubt gets loud, because every small step matters more than you think. And maybe one day your future self will thank you for not giving up during the quiet stages of your journey. So if you needed a reminder today, this is your sign to keep going. Slow progress is Still progress. It counts. It counts. Remember that. And discipline isn't built in one day. It's built every time you choose not to quit. And if this video helped you somehow, don't forget to like and share, comment, and subscribe. I hope it helps you better. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao. Bye bye.